So hello everybody, welcome back here at Gaming Boulevard on YouTube. So yesterday we visited Paris to enter the Paris Games Week. It's a big European gaming convention that takes place a couple of months after Gamescom, but it does feature a lot of great games and great publishers all in one spot. We've been there for a day and we've seen and played some of the upcoming games that aren't released yet. So one of those games is of course For Honor, Ubisoft's biggest game that will release this February. So it's a new IP all about three different factions. You have the knights, which you will see here on screen, you have the samurai, and then you have the Viking. So up till now we've seen and played a lot of the multiplayer of the game. We also played the beta, which was rather amazing. The impressions of that one is online at our site right now. It's www.gamingboulevard.com. Now that being said, Paris Games Week did offer a new demo. So actually there were two demos. At the Ubisoft booth itself there was this giant castle created for Honor. It really looked amazing. But the castle features the multiplayer demo, the demo we've played during the Gamescom days. So we didn't visit that demo booth. Instead, we went to the PlayStation Sony booth where they had For Honor single player campaign. So it was all focused around the night. So we've played and seen other playing the single player of the night. So let's talk about that one for now in this video. So all of this footage you see is filmed off screen on a PlayStation 4 booth. So first of all, you might think that the game looks ridiculously good, and it actually really does. So the game really looks amazing on a PS4. It's not sure if this is the final build. You know, sometimes demos tend to look better than the final product, but I'm having faith in For Honor. So let's just believe that the actual final game will look as good as this. What you see now is the player is trying to beat the other knight, and the AI of the enemies truly is high. So beating an enemy, even in campaign, even if it's not a real player, is extremely challenging. So you have to block the attack from the right side and then parry and attack your opponent at the right time so you can take him down. Just like in the multiplayer Dominion modes, you also have a lot of regular soldiers running around on the screen. Those are easy to take down. So those are Dynasty Warrior-esque characters you can easily beat, but once again this player had a bit more trouble in defeating the knight, the main other enemy character in the game. So as far as the campaign mode, single player mode goes, it looks like Ubisoft and the team really tried to create a good looking game with cutscenes. So there is a story, each faction has its own kind of story. It's not clear what was going on in this demo, so we were a knight that had to enter an enemy's castle and take down its troops, and of course the bigger enemies like the player here did. And after that you got rewarded by a lot of cutscenes. Talking about those cutscenes, they seem to be created with using the in-game engine. So everything truly looks like it's one big deal, it's one big package. So it really is kind of amazing to see the amount of details that are going into these cutscenes. So there's definitely a story going on. It's not only a multiplayer game For Honor, but of course the real fun and the real challenges will lay in multiplayer. So why play single player anyway? Well, based on Paris Games Week, and we talked to a lot of players that actually got their hands on the single player mode, they told us that it really was fun becoming the knight and really feeling the struggle to defeat your enemies. It's not an easy game. You really have to think about your moves and plan your actions. So it's a lot more intense than our games right now on the market. So For Honor really is shaping up to be an interesting game with a great story for the three factions. Really curious to see what the Viking and Samurai has to offer. But for now, I'm really convinced that For Honor might be one of the biggest and best games that will release next year on consoles. So kudos to Ubisoft and the team for creating another great looking and perhaps even a new entry, a new start for a new franchise. For Honor, looking good. The campaign really is something you want to play. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more in the future, and we will see you next time.